You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. Hello and welcome. My name's Nicholas Callis, and it's an NL Central matchup between the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are in last place in the NL Central, and the St. Louis Cardinals, who are in first place. The Pirates have had a rough month of May and a rough season overall, while the Cardinals have put themselves in first place after the month of May. Carlos Martinez on the mound for the Cardinals. 3-1 record in 11 starts, 2.30 ERA, pretty respectable numbers for a guy who hasn't started consistently since 2017. He's dealt with some injuries and been used in more of a relief role, as well as being the closer of the team toward the end of 2018. But now he's back in the rotation, and you see his numbers are pretty good. Kevin Newman, the leadoff hitter for the Pirates, takes ball one, and that's how the ball game begins. The Cardinals first in the NL Central. 30-27 is their record. They're the only NL Central team with 30 wins, and as a matter of fact, they're the only NL Central team over 500 to this point. Counts 2-0. The Pirates, toward the beginning of this week, got their 20th win of the season, but they're 22-34. They've certainly had their struggles. Two balls and one strike on the Pirates' second baseman. Jamison Taillon, who was supposed to be the Pirates' ace, is going through his second Tommy John surgery. He just had it this offseason, and he's on the injured list and most likely will not pitch in 2020. Kevin Newman's aboard with a leadoff single of Carlos Martinez. This game begins with a base hit. Watch this again. He kind of pulled off that pitch. When you get a good part of the bat on the ball, you can squeak it through holes in the infield, and he did. Went right down that third base line. Now here's Bryan Reynolds. His average, not where it was last season around this time. He's batting .222 entering play. Counts 0-1. He also has one home run and 12 RBIs to this point. Has stolen 3 bases, which is 4th best on the Pirates team. Or 5th best, excuse me. Counts even 1-1. Newman there on first base. He just singled. Last time the Pirates and Cardinals played each other, it was back on May 11th through the 13th, as that's chopped, and Carlos Martinez can't handle it. So Bryan Reynolds reaches, and that will be scored, an infield single. That moves Newman to second base. Still nobody out in the top of the first inning, and one of the best hitters in the National League, Josh Bell, up to the plate. 5th in runs batted in this season with 40 in the National League. That's up high, counts 1-0. The last time these two played each other, it was May 11th through the 13th, and the Cardinals took 2 of 3 from the Pirates at PNC Park. 1-0 pitch. Chopped on the ground, left side. Edmund to Wong. Over to Goldschmidt. But Bell beat out the back end. That's out number 1. Kevin Newman moves to third base on the play. This was a tough play with Edmund charging and then throwing backwards towards second base, but made an accurate throw and just got Reynolds out at second. Now here's Gregory Polanco, .295 average, 14 home runs and 37 RBIs. Line drive left field, base hit. There's RBI number 40 for Gregory Polanco on the season as Kevin Newman scores from third base. Advancing from first to second is Bell, and there's Gregory Polanco at first with an RBI single, and the Pirates take an early 1-0 lead. The Pirates have been on a hot stretch recently. They've won their last 4 games, and they just swept the Cincinnati Reds at at Great American Ballpark. As that pitch misses low to Brian Hayes. He's on a 9-game hitting streak. Brian Hayes made his debut on May the 19th, so a little bit over a week ago. was a part of a 14-3 win against the Cubs. He got his first major league hit, as well as his first major league home run in his debut. Throw off line by Wong. DeYoung got pulled off second base. Gregory Polanco is safe at second. The Cardinals having some trouble here in the first inning. A couple of misplays, this one officially an error. And the bases are loaded with one out. Here's Jacob Stallings, .252 average, 3 home runs, and 23 RBIs. Stallings was formerly a depth catcher with the Pirates, spent most of his time in AAA. Only came up when one of the starters were hurt. Back when Francisco Cervelli, Russell Martin, Chris Stewart, and Elias Diaz were on the team. But with all those gone, with all those catchers gone, he is now the starting catcher, and for what his role was before, he's putting up respectable numbers. No ball, 2-strike pitch. That's up high. The count's 1-2. The Pirates have been making roster moves this season. They made some moves toward the middle of May, and Brian Hayes being called up was one of them. As that pitch is hit toward left field. Catch made by Tyler O'Neill. They're going to try to score that run, and throws off line. Polanco scores from third. And it's a 2-0 Pirates lead in the first. RBI for Stallings, his 24th RBI of the season. O'Neill with a strong throw just off line. 2-0 Pirates. Brian Hayes still on second. And with 2 outs, Eric Gonzalez comes to the plate. Gonzalez on a 6-game hitting streak. He's gotten the opportunity to start because Adam Frazier got hurt. He pulled his calf, which put him on the 10-day injured list. So Kevin Newman moved from short to second, and now Gonzalez playing shortstop. Gregory Polanco is the one on second base. Brian Hayes is on first. But Brian Hayes, one of the Pirates' top prospects, just got called up a little over a week ago. Made his major league debut. Colin Moran got sent down to AAA for poor performance, and Brian Hayes has been nothing but a godsend for the Pirates. So there he's on a 9-game hitting streak, and he's batting in the high 400s. Though he hasn't had a large sample size, it's still quality numbers for a rookie to start out a career. That fouled off, the count 1-2. But Eric Gonzalez at the plate, a former Cleveland Indian, was a utility infielder there, and now he's playing for the Pirates. He was traded here between the 2018-2019 offseason. Was supposed to be their everyday shortstop, but he had some injury issues in 2019. I gave the Pirates a decision to call up Cole Tucker, and Tucker played much shortstop, but started this year in AAA. Newman consistently played shortstop. Frazier's been the second baseman. Gonzalez been on the bench, but again, he's starting because Frazier's injured. Gonzalez strikes out there. Carlos Martinez gives up 2 runs on 3 hits to the Pirates. The Cardinals also committed an error in the inning. 2 runners were left on base. After a half inning, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals coming to bat. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. And there's Joe Musgrove on the mound. He's 2-6 in 11 starts with an ERA of .456. Former Houston Astro was traded to the Pirates. He was one of 4 players that the Pirates got for Garrett Cole. And here's a switch hitter, Dexter Fowler, coming to the plate. Fowler also a former Astro. The Musgrove and him didn't play around the time that Fowler was in Houston. 2 very different teams. Musgrove was pitching for the Astros when they were on the upswing. And Fowler played there for 1 year in 2014. Fowler then went on to play for the Cubs and win a World Series. Now playing for the Cubs division rival, the Cardinals. The Cardinals missed out on playoffs in 2016, 17, and 18. They had a bit of a slide in those years. That swung on and missed. That's out number 1. But in 2019, they were able to win the Central.
Batting second, the second baseman, Colton.
And they won under the championship series this past season. And looking to build off that in this season. So far, they're winning the Central. Heading into June. June's just a couple of days away now as Kolten Wong's up to the plate. Gold Glove Award winner last season. Counts 0-1 on him. No ball, 1 strike pitch. That's fouled off. Counts 0-2. Kolten Wong third on the team in doubles with 11. 0-2's outside. Counts 1-2. Kolten Wong made his debut in 2013. He was a part of the Cardinals team that went to the World Series and lost to the Red Sox. He struggled with consistency with his bat, but he's still a quality enough player to be an everyday starter. Ooh, that ball just missed landing on the plate. Did you see that? More unique play there. I've never seen a ball bounce on home plate so many times, but that one did. Ended up going foul when Stallings touched it. Counts full 3-2 after that pitch missed. And one of the National League stars this season, Paul Goldschmidt, is on deck. 3-2 pitch. Up high, that's ball 4. First base runner for the Cardinals gets on via the walk.
Batting third.
And with that, the number 3 hitter and somebody who has had quite a season so far, Paul Goldschmidt, coming to the plate. There are several leaderboards that Paul Goldschmidt is on this season. He's 6th in the National League in average with a .338 average. He's 4th in the National League in hits with 70. He's 3rd best in home runs with 16. He leads the National League in RBIs with 48. And look at that. He just keeps producing. That's going to get into the corner. Polanco's going to play it. Wong rounding third. And he'll stop at third as Goldschmidt gets into second. He has himself a double. And the Cardinals in a position to respond quickly to the Pirates, who put up 2 in the top of the first inning. Both runners in scoring position with 1 out. And with that, Paul DeYoung will come to the plate. DeYoung, a .246 hitter entering play. You see his splits against lefties versus righties. Has a better average against right or lefties, but produces better against right-handed pitching. 21 RBIs off of right-handers. That's inside, counts 1-0. Paul DeYoung, the starting shortstop of the Cardinals. Been around for a few seasons now. Started out as somebody who played all infield positions, but shortstop position not vacated anymore, so or the shortstop position was vacated, and he's the one that occupies it now. Pretty solid bat. Not a great defender, but enough to do the job. And he's consistently batted cleanup all of this season. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch. On the ground and foul, the count's even 2-2. Both pitchers have gotten into a jam in this first inning. Cardinals yet to produce any runs, but there's still 1 out, and both runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss. Crucial strikeout there. Blew a 93-mile-per-hour fastball by him. That's out number 2. And with that, Yadier Molina will come to the plate. .247 hitter with 4 home runs and 18 RBIs entering play. That's a strike. The count's 0-1. So the Cardinals have won 3 of their last 4 games. They took 2 of 3 in a series against the Braves and had an off day yesterday. This is game 1 of a 3-game series between these two teams, as that's off Musgrove on the mound. Brian Hayes can't make the play. Scoring from third base is Colton Wong, and they're going to rule that as single. That clearly got Joe Musgrove in a way where he couldn't make a play, and he is in slight distress on the mound. Well, he's trying to brush it off. That was a hard hit ball back at him. At any rate, that is an RBI single for Yadier Molina. Paul Goldschmidt's now on third base, and I know it's early, but Goldschmidt's the tying run. 2 outs, here's Tyler O'Neill. That's outside, counts 1-0. O'Neill 3 for 6 against Joe Musgrove, also went deep on him one time. Swing and a miss, the count's even at 1. Tyler O'Neill in the season, batting .229 with 1 home run and 6 RBIs. That's up high, counts 2-1. O'Neill has gotten an opportunity to start regularly because Matt Carpenter was on the injured list after not producing too well. So Tommy Edman moved from left to third. And now O'Neill, the starter in left field, batting 6th. Chopped foul, and the count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Musgrove being taxed early. He's already at 22 pitches. Strike 3 called. A great pitch by Joe Musgrove, and he gets out of the inning with limited damage. Musgrove strikes out the side. Gives up a couple hits and a walk, and the Cardinals got a run. After 1 full inning, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 8-9-1 hitters due up for the Pirates in this half inning. Gerard Dyson, Joe Musgrove, and Kevin Newman.
Count 1-0.
Dyson been batting .324 over his last 9 games. Signed the largest contract. Signed the largest contract with the Pirates this offseason. The Pirates signed him to a 1-year, $2.5 million contract. That was the largest contract that the Pirates dished out. I mean, the Pirates spent record lows on players this season, and it seemed like they signed a record amount of minor league contracts. And the Pirates certainly should be in a rebuilding state. So they didn't do much this offseason to change up the team. They did sign a new manager, though, as that's flared into right center field. Base hit. Fowler plays it. Leadoff single for Gerard Dyson to begin the second inning.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Joe Musgrove.
But Derek Shelton is the new manager of the Pirates. Several other staff members were shown the door, including general manager Neil Huntington, as Musgrove shows bunt and pulls back. But the Pirates, as a whole team, are attempting to shift the culture by bringing in new faces and new management to use these players and bring them back to a winning team. Pirates had a record 20 straight losing seasons before 2013. By 2015, they were one of the best teams in Major League Baseball, not just in the National League. And then it was a slow but steady downturn for the Buccos. Joe Musgrove cannot get a sacrifice bunt down. He pops that out to Paul Goldschmidt. That's out number 1. Gerard Dyson still on first base. Back to the top of the order. Kevin Newman singled to begin the first inning. He ended up coming around to score on one of 2 Pirate runs in the half inning. Pitch out. Gerard Dyson was running. Throw down by Molina. Tagged by Wong. And not a great idea to run on Yadier Molina. He's been doing this most of his career, and the pitch out certainly helped him. Look at that perfect throw right to Wong. Wong barely had to move his glove. That's a great throw. Dyson, one of the fastest runners still in Major League Baseball, though he's up into his mid-30s now. But Molina, who's in his late 30s, almost 40, still doing what he does best, which is blocking well and mowing down hitters, or mowing down runners. So now 2 outs, bases empty, and Newman behind in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chop foul. Count still 1-2. Newman, a former first-round pick of the Pirates.
I got to count 2 and 3.
Made his debut a few seasons ago. And now he's a regular starter. A lot of those Pirate faces from the good old days, so to speak, in 2013, 2014, and 2015, they're all gone. Starling Marte was one of those last faces that played regularly and was still on the team, and he's no longer there. I guess you can count Gregory Polanco as being one of the last players on the team. Popped up. Goldschmidt able to make the play in foul territory, and the top of the second inning is over. Pirates got a leadoff single, but failed to do anything with it. Going into the bottom of the second inning, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. Bottom of the order due up for the Cardinals in this half inning. 7, 8, 9 hitters. Tommy Edman, Harrison Bader, and then Carlos Martinez in the pitcher spot. Edman, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. And he's quite the versatile player. Can play shortstop, third base, the corner outfield positions. Started this year in left field, but he's consistently played third base after Matt Carpenter got injured and was having a lack of production. And all of these changes that the Cardinals have had have helped them succeed more in the month of May, and they took first place away from the Brewers, and now the Brewers and Cubs are close to second place, but they're not in first place, and the Cardinals are the only team in the NL Central with a winning percentage above 500. 2-2 pitch. That's outside. Counts full 3-2. There's another NL Central game being featured here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. The Reds and Cubs played earlier, as that's fouled off. The count's still full 3-2. We've got an NL Central day here on Major League Baseball's virtual network. The NL Central, though one of the weakest divisions in baseball, still competitive. There's Gonzalez at short, throws to Bell. Edmonds out at first. That's out number 1. You take a look at the standings of this division, though. It's just very strange to look at, just because of how different all these teams are, and the fact that the Cardinals are the only team over 500 is, it's just weird. But the Cardinals are 30-27. They're in first, and then you have the Brewers and Cubs tied for second, and they've been neck and neck all season. They're each 27-30. They're 3 games back of the Cardinals. Then the Reds are on a 9-game losing streak. They were on a 9-game losing streak entering today. That's stopped by Bell at first base. Tosses to Musgrove, but Bader beats it out, and they'll call that a base hit. And Harrison Bader can run, so the Pirates could watch out. Here comes Carlos Martinez. Again, the Brewers and Cubs 20-30 entering today. They're 3 games back, as that's popped up. Bell makes the catch, 2 outs. Then you have the Reds entering play 23-33. They're 6.5 games back. And then the Pirates entering today are 22-34. They're 7.5 games back. This is quite the division. But I can tell you that none of the NL Central teams right now qualify for a wild card spot. Though it's still early in the season, but if these patterns keep up, it's going to be the Cardinals, the only team representing the NL Central. The NL Central, from the wild card game's inception to 2017, an NL Central team was featured. 2017 was the first year that the NL Central wasn't in the wild card game, and that was back when the Rockies and Diamondbacks had pretty solid teams. They both made the wild card game, and the Dodgers were the NL West leaders. Reynolds bobbled it in center field. That allows both runners to move off a base.
The second baseman. Touchdown.
So that will be a single for Dexter Fowler, but Brian Reynolds made an error in center field, which allowed both runners to move up one base. Swing and a miss, the count's 0-1. This is a one-run game, but there's been some tension in these first two innings. Cardinals again have two runners in scoring position. Last inning they failed to score those runners who got into scoring position, but they still managed one run. Counts no balls and 2 strikes. That's inside, counts 1-2. Harrison Bader's on third base. Dexter Fowler's on second. Ground ball right side. There's Newman. He throws to Bell. And again, the Cardinals strand some runners in scoring position. The inning is over. After 2 full innings here at Busch Stadium, the Pirates lead the Cardinals 2-1. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and my name is Nicholas Callis. As we come into the third inning, it'll be the 2-3-4 hitter scheduled to bat for the Pirates. And Brian Reynolds, the leadoff hitter, gets aboard on one pitch. He's on base with a single. And the Pirates, in 3 straight innings now, have had their leadoff hitters on base. That was a slider that broke in toward Reynolds. It started over the outside and then came right over the heart of the plate. Sure, that was designed to be a backdoor slider, but came right through the middle. Josh Bell grounded out in his first at bat, stepping in for the second time against Martinez. One-0 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Colton Wong, catch made. That's out number 1. So a dangerous hitter there, neutralized. And Gregory Polanco will come to the plate. He singled and netted an RBI in his first at bat. It's helped out the average a bit, now at 298. And he also hit in his 40th run batted in with that last at bat. Polanco 15 for 30 against Carlos Martinez. Martinez really broke out with the Cardinals in 2013. He was a strong part of their bullpen. And ever since 2014, he's been in the starting rotation. And Gregory Polanco made his Major League debut in 2014. And neither of these two players have moved teams at all in their careers. So certainly plausible that they've faced each other that many times over the years. Counts even 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Brian Reynolds on first base. Popped up. Out towards center field. Harrison Bader makes the catch. Reynolds didn't tag. He'll retreat back to first. And now there are 2 outs in the top of the third.
Now batting, third baseman.
So with 2 outs, Brian Hayes will come to the plate. Hayes 0 for 1. He reached on an error in the first inning. Reynolds on first base still, and that pitch misses inside. Counts 1-0. Brian Hayes on a 9-game hitting streak. That's entering today. He has been sensational since coming up with the Pirates last week. Came in to start a 3-game series with the Cubs. In the first game he started, he got his first Major League hit. It was a single off Jose Quintana, and then he hit a home run. And one of his following at-bats.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he's been sensational for the Pirates ever since. He's on a hitting streak. He's maintained his average in the high 400s, which I'm sure that pace won't last, but he's been very consistent.
Ball 2.
And Colin Moran was sent down to the minor leagues because of his lack of production, and Ke'Bryan Hayes should not be losing his starting job anytime. Head out towards center field. Harrison Bader under it. He makes the catch, and the top of the third inning is over. The Pirates get no runs on a hit, and they leave one runner on going to the bottom of the third. It's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. You're watching Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. 3, 4, 5 hitters due up in the order for the Cardinals. Paul Goldschmidt, Paul DeJong, and Yadier Molina. Goldschmidt 1 for 1, not surprising. He's maintained a near 340 average throughout most of the season. He's 7 for 14 against Joe Musgrove as well. Bats inside, counts even 1-1. Goldschmidt, a former MVP candidate, one of the more underrated players in baseball, but a perennial all-star. Consistent with the bat. Pretty solid defense. Former Arizona Diamondback. Two-one pitch coming. Goldschmidt's been around for a while. He came up in the majors around 2011, got to start consistently in 2012, then was an MVP candidate by 2013. Part of his troubles, though, were that when he played in Arizona, Arizona wasn't quite a good team. They weren't succeeding very much, so Goldschmidt didn't get as much attention, but a team in 2013 that did get attention was the Pirates. Andrew McCutchen won the Most Valuable Player award. And Clint Hurdle, the former manager of the Pirates, won Manager of the Year. But it was a historic Pirates season because they made the playoffs for the first time since 1992. It was a 20-year drought where they didn't make playoffs and they didn't have a winning season. The most historic losing streak in franchise in not only baseball history, but in sports history. Of course, they had their upswing, but now they're on a downturn. Pirates have gone from 2016 to 2019 without making a playoff appearance. They got close to a winning season, though. They did have a winning season in 2018. They were 82-79. That's popped up. Catch made by Jacob Stallings. That's out number 1. Paul Goldschmidt put together a nice at-bat there, but it results in an out. So we'll give you a visual of the National League Central standings now. You see St. Louis at 1 pole with a 30-27 record, and the Pirates were the South Pole. They're at the bottom. 22-34 is their record. They're 7.5 games back entering today's game. So Paul DeJong up now. Joe Musgrove. Pitching to Paul DeJong. Swing and a miss. Counts 0-1. DeJong just 2 for 17 against Musgrove lifetime. Has struck out 4 times. And that includes that first at bat where he got out. Counts even 1-1. Musgrove has pitched into some hot water through the first 2+ innings now, but has given up just 1 run. Carlos Martinez gave up 2 runs to the Pirates in the first inning. And still early in this game. 2-1 pitch. On the ground left side, there's Ke'Bryan Hayes. Throws to Josh Bell. That's out number 2.
Now batting, the catcher, Yadier Molina.
So with 2 outs, here's Yadier Molina. Drove in the only run for the Cardinals to this point. Each team scored in the first inning. Since then, it's been scoreless. Ground ball sharply hit to second base. There's Kevin Newman. Throws to Josh Bell, who picks it. Molina's out at first, and the third inning is over. No runs on, no hits, and nobody left on for the Cardinals. After 3 full innings, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. As we come into the fourth inning, the Pirates have a 2-1 lead over the Cardinals. This is an NL Central matchup. The Cardinals are in first place in the NL Central, and the Pirates are in last place.
The catcher, Jacob.
The last time these two played in a series, the Cardinals won 2 of 3. Now this is game 1 of a 3-game series that will last over the weekend. That's down low. The count's 1-0. Carlos Martinez still pitching. Jacob Stallings, the batter. 6, 7, 8 hitters do it for the Pirates. Jacob Stallings, Eric Gonzalez, and Gerard Dyson. Counts 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts 2-1. Martinez gave up 2 runs in the first inning. Since then, he's been pitching strongly. We've only seen runs scored in the first inning. Other than that, both Musgrove and Martinez have settled down, but the Pirates have the edge right now with a 1-run lead. 2-2 pitch coming to Stallings. Toward the middle. DeYoung plays it. Throws to Goldschmidt. Stallings is out at first. That's how the fourth inning begins.
Now batting, shortstop, Eric Gonzalez.
Go ahead and watch this swing again. Got the bat head out in front of it. I mean, it was an inside pitch, but he got the barrel of the bat on the ball, which explains the solid contact, the hard ground ball, but just right to DeYoung. So 1 out. Here's Eric Gonzalez. Gonzalez 0 for 1. He's been on a small hitting streak entering play, with Adam Frazier still on the injured list. He gets to start at shortstop because Kevin Newman shifted from shortstop to second base. And so far he's been doing well since he's gotten regular playing time. He was supposed to be the Pirates' starting shortstop for the 2019 season, but he was struggling with injuries in 2019, so the Pirates caught up Cole Tucker, who started at short consistently, and now with Gonzalez healthy, he's been on the Major League roster again. DeYoung to Goldschmidt, 2 outs.
Now batting, the left fielder.
2 outs, top of the fourth inning. Gerard Dyson will come up to the plate. Dyson is 1 for 1. He singled in the second inning. Then he tried to steal on Yadier Molina, but got thrown out. That's inside, counts 1-0. Gerard Dyson, a former World Series champion with the Royals. He played for them in 2015. Has also seen time with the Mariners and the Diamondbacks. But now playing for the Pirates, a veteran presence on this team. Still a pretty quick runner. Not poor defensively either. That pitch misses inside, counts 2-1. Two ball, 1 strike pitch. Here it comes from Martinez. That's up high, counts 3-1. Joe Musgrove in the pitcher's spot would be up next. Martinez, after giving up those 2 runs in the first inning, has been pretty solid. Has kept the Pirates scoreless after that point. Hit well out toward right field. Dexter Fowler's there. He makes the catch, and the top of the fourth inning is over. The Pirates get no runs on no hits and leave no runners on base after 3.5 innings. It's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and my name is Nicholas Callis. As we come to the bottom of the fourth inning, the Pirates have the lead. It's 2-1. This is game 1 of a weekend series. And when we hit Tuesday of next week, it'll be June.
The left fielder.
It is May 29th, 2020. Very nice to see that summer is coming around. And I know there are several states around America that are starting to open up and have life resume. You know, outdoors, without having to feel scared of COVID-19. That's a leadoff single for Tyler O'Neill as Polanco gets that in.
Now batting, third baseman, Tommy.
That was a great job by O'Neill. That was a low pitch. It was still over the middle of the plate. He got a good piece of the bat on it. Stayed with it, too. Didn't try to pull it. And he nets himself a single with an opposite field base hit. Now here's Tommy Edman.
1-0.
Edman, a switch hitter batting from the left side. 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second inning. Facing Musgrove for the second time this game. 221 hitter. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball out toward right field. Polanco won't even chase it. Strike one. Edman, a 6th round draft pick of the Cardinals in 2016. Broke into the league in 2019. Yeah, he's a versatile player. He can play infield and outfield positions, which makes him a weapon. There's Mike Schultz, the manager of the Cardinals. 2-1 pitch coming to Edman. Counts 2-2. You know, I always thought at first when I didn't see his name spelled, Tommy Edmond, I thought was his name. I thought he might have been Jim Edmonds, one of his relatives, but not the case. 2 different last names. Strike 3 called on Joe Musgrove, or on Tommy Edman. Joe Musgrove got his 4th strikeout with this pitch. Well placed at the top of the zone, also toward the outside, had Edman frozen. One out, here comes Harrison Bader, as Robbie Erlin is now warming up in the Pirates bullpen. Harrison Bader, excuse me, I called him Hader. Let's look at Josh Hader, one of the relievers on the Brewers. But Harrison Bader is 1 for 1. He singled in the second inning. Bader, one of the fastest players in baseball, also one of the best defensive center fielders. Has been inconsistent with the bat, but certainly valuable covering range, especially here at Busch Stadium. A field that doesn't really favor hitters very much. Definitely a pitcher's ballpark, but there's vast space in the outfield. One-two pitch. Up the middle, and Harrison Bader is 2 for 2 off Joe Musgrove. Reynolds plays it and gets it into Gonzalez quickly. 2 runners on base for the Cardinals, and 1 out.
The pitcher, Carlos Martinez.
So Carlos Martinez up to the plate. And he's in a bunt situation here, and he will show bunt. Gets it down, third base side, Ke'Bryan Hayes. Throws to Josh Bell. Martinez out at first, but he did his job. Successful sacrifice puts both runners in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
The right fielder, Dexter Fowler.
And with that, the top of the order comes back up. Dexter Fowler at the plate. Fowler 1 for 2. He singled in the second inning. Facing Joe Musgrove for the 3rd time, and he swings at the first pitch. Soft fly ball out to left field. Gerard Dyson makes the catch. And the 4th inning is over. The Cardinals get a couple runners into scoring position, but fail to score in the 4th. Heading into the 5th, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name's Nicholas Callis. 9-1-2 hitters due up in the order. Joe Musgrove, Kevin Newman, and Brian Reynolds. Musgrove 0 for 1. He got out in his first at bat, batting here for the 2nd time. First pitch swinging on the ground right side. There's Colton Wong. 1 out. All the offense in this game was scored in the 1st inning. The Pirates got 2 runs in the 1st. The Cardinals got a run in the 1st inning. Since then, The bats have been quiet, and both Martinez and Musgrove have settled down. Both still pitching efficiently.
Count 1-0.
I will say, though, that the Cardinals have had more opportunities to score than the Pirates have. Cardinals have left runners in scoring position multiple times in this game. Genesis Cabrera, Alex Reyes in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Well, Musgrove has pitched around danger. The Pirates still have the lead. Both bullpens are active. You saw Cabrera and Reyes in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Robbie Erlin has been throwing in the Pirates bullpen. 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming to Newman. Jammed him, but he flares it foul, and the count's still 1-2. Newman singled in the first inning. Got out in his second at bat. Now he's here for the third time in the fifth. Popped up. Out to left field. There's Tommy Edman. Catch made, 2 outs, top of the fifth inning. Carlos Martinez working in a rhythm now.
The center fielder, number 10, Brian Reynolds.
So 2 outs. Here's the switch hitter, Brian Reynolds. He's 2 for 2 with a couple singles. That's up high, counts 1-0. Brian Reynolds was acquired as a part of a few players that were traded to the Pirates in exchange for Andrew McCutchen, who went to the Giants. Colton Wong, Paul Goldschmidt, 4-3 out recorded. Brian Reynolds ends the top of the fifth for the Pirates. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on for the Buccos. Halfway through this one, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. A couple new arms in the Pirates bullpen, Michael Feliz and Nick Birdie. But 2, 3, 4 hitters due up in the Cardinals order. Colton Wong, Paul Goldschmidt, and Paul DeYoung. That's strike one. On Colton Wong, Gold Glove Award winner last season for second baseman in the National League. Been around since 2013. He's been the Cardinals' starting second baseman ever since that point. He's been a part of several spectacular Cardinals teams. Most notably that one in 2015 that won 101 games. Play made, that's out number 1. Colton Wong grounds out to begin the bottom of the fifth inning. The NL Central has proven to be one of the weaker divisions in Major League Baseball this season, with the Cardinals being the only team with a winning percentage above 500. But this division was one of the strongest divisions in baseball back in 2015. And I would actually argue that it was the strongest division in baseball. The NL Central once held the top 3 teams, not in the National League, but in all of Major League Baseball. The Cardinals were the first place team of that division. They won 101 games. The Pirates were the second best team in Major League Baseball with 98 wins, and the Cubs were third best in Major League Baseball with 97. A historic feat that might never be seen again. There's a lot of history with the NL Central over the last decade. And especially the Pirates, who had broken their 20 straight losing seasons streak with a postseason berth in 2013, and they gave Pittsburgh 3 straight quality seasons, playoff-worthy seasons, as Polanco makes that catch. Capped off by a 98-win season that came crashing down with a wild-card loss to the Chicago Cubs, and most notably Jake Arrieta, who was lights out in the second half of 2015, which was enough to earn him a Cy Young Award. Paul DeYoung will bat with 2 outs. That pitch misses, counts 1-0. But after 2015, the storyline was, okay, now you got Pirates and Cardinals playing each other on opening day. You know, this is going to be the newest, best rivalry in baseball. And, I mean, unfortunately for both of these teams, neither of them made the playoffs in 2016. The Cubs just came around. They followed their 97-win season with a 101-win season. They won the NL Central. They were the only team in the NL Central. They were the only team in the NL Central to make it to the playoffs that season, and then they went off to win the World Series. Cardinals and Pirates had a playoff drought. The Cardinals broke that playoff drought after last season, winning the NL Central and making it all the way to the NLCS. The Pirates haven't made the playoffs since 2015, and they're in a heavy rebuilding state now, trying to find their identity again. Gerard Dyson there to make the catch, and the Cardinals go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 5th inning. After 5 full innings of play here at Busch Stadium, it's the Pirates 2 and the Cardinals 1. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name's Nicholas Callis. Genesis Cabrera comes in to pitch, so Carlos Martinez blinks first. He's out of the game after 5 full innings, coming into the 6th. Cabrera pitching for the first time. Martinez in line for the loss just because he gave up those 2 runs in the 1st inning, and his team hasn't scored since the 1st. There's been no offensive production since inning 1, though the Cardinals have stranded a couple runners in scoring position over the innings. Happened on multiple occasions. And the Pirates still have the lead. 3-4-5 hitters due up. Josh Bell, Gregory Polanco, and Ke'Bryan Hayes all scheduled to bat. Counts quickly 0-2. Bell, a switch hitter, batting from the right side. 0-2 pitch. That's upstairs. Counts 1-2. Josh Bell was one of the Pirates' top prospects earlier on in the decade. Made his debut in 2016. Swing and a miss. That's out number 1. Genesis Cabrera comes out of the bullpen and immediately gets a strikeout.
The right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
So with 1 out, Gregory Polanco will come to the plate. Don't forget, if you're new to Major League Baseball's virtual network, not only do we have a YouTube channel, but we have a Twitter page as well. The Twitter page is where you can find news such as transactions, trade updates, injury updates, as well as videos posted every day whenever there's games going on. But you can follow the Twitter page. The handle is @VirtualMLB. Fly ball out to right field. Back goes Fowler toward the wall. That ball's gone! First long ball of the game belongs to the Pirates. It's Gregory Polanco's 15th. The Pirates lead 3-1. Well, let's watch this one tracked. Man, you'll love to see home runs like that. That's not a fly ball. That's not a straight line drive. That's just a majestic, satisfying arc. 3-1 Pirates lead. Here's Ke'Bryan Hayes. Strike 1. So Genesis Cabrera gets the strikeout of one of the more dangerous hitters in baseball, Josh Bell, and then falls asleep on Gregory Polanco, who takes advantage of a pitch over the heart of the plate and sends it over the right field wall. That pitch is inside, counts 1-1. Hayes, a first-round draft pick of the Pirates in 2015, and just made his debut in Major League Baseball last week. Son of Charlie Hayes, who was a Major League Baseball player as well. Dexter Fowler makes that catch. That's out number 2. 2 outs, top of the 6th. Jacob Stallings will come to the plate. He had a sacrifice fly back in the 1st inning. Netted himself an RBI. 0 for 1 officially. Got out in his 2nd plate appearance. Line drive and foul. The count's 0-1. Stallings, a 7th-round draft pick of the Pirates in 2012. Like I've talked about, he's been depth for the Pirates for numerous seasons, and finally getting the chance to start with Russell Martin gone, Francisco Cervelli gone, Chris Stewart gone, and Elias Diaz gone. 1-1 pitches outside. The count's 2-1. Cervelli's now the starting catcher for the Marlins. Russell Martin still technically in free agency. Chris Stewart retired a few seasons ago, and Elias Diaz started as a platoon catcher in Colorado with the Rockies, but his lack of production has landed him in AAA baseball. Fouled off, the count full 3-2, and it's quite a shame for Elias Diaz. He was promoted as one of the Pirates' best prospects, and he was going to be the future catcher of the Pirates, and It just didn't work out here in Pittsburgh. Never really blossomed. Full count pitch from Cabrera. On the ground left side, that will be foul, and the count still full 3-2. Pirates have a run in this inning. Gregory Polanco hit a solo home run. 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4, 2-out base runner for the Pirates.
The bat, number 2.
Eric Gonzalez will come to the plate. Shortstop of the Pirates, struck out and grounded out to this point. Has an on-base percentage of .389. Again, he hasn't been a regular starter, but since he's been in games, starting at shortstop, he's been doing well. Again, this is Major League Baseball's virtual network. You can follow the Twitter page for news updates and other videos posted. The Twitter handle is @VirtualMLB. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to get notifications on when we go live and when we upload videos. MLB Virtual Network is the name of the channel. Nothing in one pitch. Chop foul, the count quickly 0-2. Cabrera upwards of 20 pitches now. This is his first inning out of the bullpen. Carlos Martinez pitched 5 full innings. He gave up 2 earned runs. Both were scored in the first. Now the Pirates have a 2-run lead after Gregory Polanco hit a solo home run here in the 6th. One ball, 2 strike pitch. Outside, counts even 2-2. The Pirates have been hot recently. They've won their last 4 games, and they swept the Reds in a 3-game series. Heading into this series with the Cardinals. That's fouled off. The count's still 2-2. Two-two pitch to Gonzalez. That's down low. The count's full 3-2. The Cardinals have won 3 of their last 4 games, and they took 2 of 3 from the Atlanta Braves in a 3-game series. I said that, 2 of 3 in a 3-game series, but yeah. 3-2 pitch, Gonzalez swings and pops that pitch up. Shallow center field. There's Paul DeYoung calling off Harrison Bader. He makes the catch, and the top of the 6th inning is over. However, Gregory Polanco hit this solo home run, gives the Pirates an extra run of insurance going to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 3-1.
Your attention, please.
Joe Musgrove also gets taken out after 5 full innings. Here comes Nick Birdie out of the Pirates bullpen. 2.97 ERA and 33 1/3 innings pitched. He's been known to go extensively in games. You see in 25 games he has 33+ innings pitched. Means he goes roughly 1 to 2 innings every appearance. He was a regular starter in AAA, and he was being groomed to be a starter, but he got called up this season, and he's been in the bullpen most of this season. Been doing well, though. 2.71 ERA, certainly respectable. 1-0 pitch. That's down low. Counts 2-0. Yadier Molina at the plate. He hit an RBI single back in the 1st inning. The only run batted in for the Cardinals as a team to this point. They haven't scored since the 1st inning. The Pirates scored 2 runs in the 1st and got a run on the top of the 6th when Gregory Polanco hit a solo home run. And Molina ahead in the count. 3 balls and no strikes. That's strike 1. Counts 3-1. Yadier Molina, been a perennial all-star over his career. Gold Glove Award winner at the catcher position. And he takes ball 4 against Nick Birdie, so the Cardinals have a leadoff runner on base.
Now batting, left fielder, Tyler.
And Tyler O'Neill will come to the plate. Still the middle portion of this ball game, but O'Neill representing the tying run at this point. He hit a single in the 4th inning. He's 1 for 2 in total, and there's the Cardinal getting the fans riled up. First pitch from Birdie. That's a strike. Counts 0-1. There hasn't been much offensive action at many points in this game. The 1st inning saw 3 runs scored amongst both teams. Pirates got a solo home run in the top of the 6th inning, but that wasn't a tense situation. That home run just came nearly out of nowhere with 1 out and Gregory Polanco hitting. I mean, like, the tension hasn't really been there. I mean, the Cardinals have gotten a few runners in scoring position throughout this game, but have failed to score them. And the Pirates, other than the first inning, really haven't had runners on base. Fly ball, left field, Gerard Dyson toward the wall. He leaps! And that ball is gone! It is a tie game. Yeah, Birdie left that pitch over the middle of the plate, and Tyler O'Neill just tied this game with 1 swing. Gerard Dyson with a nice leaping effort. He almost had it, but not quite. So a brand new ball game in the bottom of the 6th. Nobody out. Tommy Edman takes ball 1. So both Carlos Martinez and Joe Musgrove will not get decisions in this game. They both pitched well, too. They were mostly evenly matched. So it seems fair in a way. There's Brian Hayes. He makes the catch. That's out number 1. First out of the bottom of the 6th inning. Yadier Molina walked, and then Tyler O'Neill hit a home run. So Birdie's given up 2 runs. It's coming into this game. Watch this pitch. A high outside fastball. Edman couldn't square up. 1 out. Here's Harrison Bader. A couple singles, but facing a new pitcher for the first time this game. 1 out. Bases empty. Pitch misses high from Nick Birdie. Throwing in the high 90s. That last pitch was 98. Here's the 1-0. Down low, counts 2-0. And Birdie been struggling since he's been in the game. Give up a walk and a home run. This game's tied. Swing and a miss, the count's 2-1.
Count is 2-1.
2 ball, 1 strike pitch. Line drive and foul. That evens up the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Popped up. Out toward left center field. Brian Reynolds running it down. Catch made, 2 outs.
The batter, the pitcher, Edison Cabrera.
So with 2 outs, Matt Carpenter will come off the bench and pinch hit. So Genesis Cabrera pitched 1 inning. He gave up a run, but because the Cardinals tied the game in this inning, he'll get a no decision. Matt Carpenter, 279 hitter with 8 home runs and 24 RBIs, lost his starting job after he got hurt. And the Cardinals lineup was yielding some success. They moved into first place, so they didn't change anything, so Carpenter's been limited to pinch hitting duties. Down low, counts even 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss, counts 1-2.
2 strikes.
One ball, 2 strike count. On the pinch hitter, Matt Carpenter, the count's even 2-2. Got him on strikes. The 6th inning is over, but Tyler O'Neill, the hero for the moment, he tied the game with this 2-run home run after 6 full innings. It's the Pirates 3 and the Cardinals 3. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and my name is Nicholas Callis. There's Ryan Helsley out of the bullpen for the Cardinals, pitching in inning 7. This is a brand new ball game. Joe Musgrove and Carlos Martinez will get no decisions. They both were taken out after 5 full innings. Joe Musgrove gave up 1 earned run. Carlos Martinez gave up 2 earned runs. The Pirates got an insurance run in the top of the 6th inning with a Gregory Polanco solo home run. The score was 3-1 till the bottom of the 6th. when Yadier Molina walked and Tyler O'Neill hit a 2-run home run. So here we are, 3-3, and Ryan Helsley, fresh out of the bullpen. 8-9 hitters do it for the Pirates. Dyson tries to bunt. That's going to be fair down the third base line. A quick throw from Edman. And Dyson extinguished after trying to bunt his way aboard. That's out number 1.
Your attention, please.
And with that, the Pirates will send up a pinch hitter, Colin Moran.
Number 19.
Will come to the plate. Moran got caught up by the Pirates after Adam Frazier got hurt. Though he's on the Major League roster, he's not starting at third base. His production through 1.5-ish months was not good. He got sent down to AAA. Brian Hayes got caught up, and he's been quite a success story. So Moran, his role with the Pirates is in jeopardy. But he helps the Pirates out here. A pinch hit single for Colin Moran, and he's aboard at first. Well, that helps the Pirates up. Helps the Pirates out now too, with a runner on base. The top of the order is coming back up to the plate. Low inside pitch that Moran was able to turn on nicely and hit a solid line drive into right field. Now here is Kevin Newman. Newman's only hit was in the first inning. Batting for the 4th time. First time he's facing Helsley. He's a .265 hitter, has reached base about 34% of the time. Also has a slugging percentage over 400. 0-1 pitch. That's foul, and he's quickly down on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. .2. That's fouled off. The count still 0-2. Kevin Newman starting this game at second base. Has batted at the top of the Pirates order consistently this season. Here's the 0-2. Popped up and fouled. The count still 0-2. Colin Moran on first base. He singled. With 1 out, Gerard Dyson tried to bunt his way aboard, but got thrown out. And that ball chopped in front of the plate. Molina has it, throws to Goldschmidt, and that's in time. Kevin Newman out at first base. Moran advances from first to second on the play, so the Pirates have the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And coming to the plate is Brian Reynolds. Reynolds, a switch hitter, batting from the left side. He's 2 for 3 with a couple singles. That's inside, counts 1-0. We talked about before, but Brian Reynolds was acquired by the Pirates when they traded Andrew McCutchen away to the Giants. Now Reynolds, the starting center fielder of the Pirates. Counts even 1-1. He played more left field last season when he came up to the big leagues because Starling Marte was still the center fielder, but now with Marte gone, the brand new slate and more opportunities for young Pirates players to take on roles like that. And that's one of the biggest at-bats of the game. It's an RBI base hit for Brian Reynolds. Colin Moran scores from second base, and the Pirates have a 4-3 lead. They're back on top. Oh, a pinch hit single by Colin Moran, who was advanced to second on a Kevin Newman ground out, and then Brian Reynolds hits him in. 4-3 Pirate lead. Here's Josh Bell. He's 0 for 3 out of the number 3 spot in this order. And Mike Schultz still not going to take any chances. Josh Bell will be intentionally walked. But the cleanup spot's no cakewalk either. Gregory Polanco has been hot recently.
Now batting, right fielder, Gregory Polanco.
Polanco coming to the plate. He's 2 for 3 in this game, but remember, just last inning, he hit a solo home run, gave the Pirates a 3-1 lead at the time. Of course, this is a whole new ball game now. It's 4-3. The Pirates lead it. Polanco will bat with 2 outs and 2 runners on base. Popped up on the first pitch. Out to center field. There's Harrison Bader. Catch made. Top of the 7th is over. However, the Pirates scored a run on a Brian Reynolds RBI base hit. Stretch time here at Busch Stadium, but the home team is trailing 4-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th.
Your attention, please.
This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name's Nicholas Callis. Michael Feliz comes out of the bullpen, and he'll pitch for the Pirates in the 7th inning. He'll face the top of the Cardinals order: Dexter Fowler, Colton Long, and Paul Goldschmidt. The Cardinals are not quite out of this game yet. A one-run game, and they've got one of the leading home run hitters and run producers in the National League in the number 3 spot in Paul Goldschmidt. Feliz was acquired by the Pirates. He was one of the 4 players that the Pirates acquired in the trade for Garrett Cole with the Astros. The Pirates have been criticized over the years, back when Neil Huntington was the manager, about their return on investment when it came to trades. You had Garrett Cole, who blossomed into one of the best strikeout pitchers in all of baseball, but none of the guys that have been acquired by the Pirates in that trade deal have really developed here in Pittsburgh. Then you have the same idea where you have Tyler Glasnow and Austin Meadows traded to the Rays for Chris Archer, and Archer did not regain his form from when he was an all-star earlier on in the decade, and saw Tyler Glasnow and Austin Meadows blossomed in Tampa Bay. Swinging a miss, Fowler down, that's out number 1, but Austin Meadows was an American League all-star after last season.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Turned into one of the best hitters in baseball. Nothing notable about his defense, but he does the job out there. I'm talking about Austin Meadows, not Dexter Fowler, by the way. But the Pirates, just some of the moves that they've made just haven't come to fruition. And you can understand why Neil Huntington would make a trade for Chris Archer in that 2018 season. I mean, that was a huge load to give up by the Pirates. We ended up giving up 3 players in that deal, but I mean, the Pirates they went on that big 11-game winning streak in 2018. That's grounded to Kevin Newman at second. They had that 11-game winning streak in 2018, and they were making a postseason push. They finished with a record over 500. They were 82-79. But they didn't make playoffs, and then the entire 2019 season was an absolute scrap. There were record losing streaks, and this season not looking much different from 2019. Paul Goldschmidt batting, counts 1-0 on him. The Pirates have just been struggling as an organization. 2016 was a small downturn. 2017 was worse. 2018 was a bit of an upswing, but 2019 kind of sent a sense of reality to the Pirates that they don't really have an identity. You know, you have a mediocre team. It's not getting much attention. Then you have one of the worst teams in baseball that the Pirates have been as well. I mean, it's been a bipolar sense for them. Their identity hasn't been very strong from 2016 to now. You know, are they one of the worst teams in baseball? Do they have a shot at making playoffs? Going to a certain extent, will they ever have a World Series contending team? And then upcoming years, 5-10 years. And nobody knows with what's going on with the management right now. But again, the culture has shifted. Everything has been changed up. Staff members have been changed up. Derek Shelton it's been heard that he is creating a new culture with the Pirates. One that is fun and one that is about winning baseball games. Ground ball left side foul. The count full 3-2 on Paul Goldschmidt. But despite that culture, the team's still not succeeding on the field right now, and management has done little to change that at the moment. Signing small contracts, and not many contracts. 3-2. Line drive and foul. The count's still full 3-2. And that was something different from what the Pirates did. They went out and spent money in 2013. They got Francisco Liriano and Russell Martin, and look what happened. 2 veterans on the team. a battery in some sense too. Veteran presence with some young talent that helped the team make the playoffs. Gerard Dyson makes the catch, and the 7th inning is over. The Cardinals get no runs on no hits and nobody left on base in that half inning. Going to the 8th, it's 4-3. Pirates lead it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20. I'm Nicholas Callis. John Gant out of the bullpen, and he will pitch for the Cardinals, a .481 ERA entering play, and he'll face the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the Pirates order.
leading off for the Pirates, the third baseman, number 13,
Brian Hayes, Jacob Stallings, and Eric Gonzalez, the one scheduled to bat. Brian Hayes,
0-1.
unconventionally, is 0 for 3. He came into this game with a 9-game hitting streak, which is on the line in this inning. If he gets a hit, he'll reach double digits. If he won't, unless the game extends to extras, he will have that streak broken. He's quickly down in the count 0-2. He hasn't seemed to swing the bat well either. He just hasn't been on point in this game from my perception. Line drive foul. The count's still 0-2. John Gant freshly into the game. Brian Helsley came out of the bullpen in the 7th, and he gave up the lead. The game was tied going into the 7th. Some action happened from both sides in the 6th. The Pirates got a run on a Gregory Polanco solo home run. Then Tyler O'Neill tied the game with a runner on base. He hit a 2-run home run. And then Brian Reynolds got an RBI base hit.
I got to count 2-2.
In the 7th, the Cardinals failed to score, and the Pirates have the lead here in the 8th. 2-2 pitch coming from John Gant. Up high, counts full 3-2. Jacob Stallings is on deck. Ooh, got him to chase it. Brian Hayes 0 for 4 in this game. So here's the starter comparison for you quickly. Each pitcher went 5 innings. Each pitcher gave up 1 earned run. It's close, walks close. Musgrove had more strikeouts, but quite an even match, and each of them certainly deserved to get a no decision. It was just, it would have been cruel to give a decision to either one of those pitchers. They both pitched well in this game. And we still got a close game in this one, 4-3, top of the 8th. But if I said that Carlos Martinez gave up 2 earned runs before, I was mistaken. Colton Wong made an error with 2 outs, and that allowed a run to score for the Buccos after that. So Carlos Martinez only charged with giving up 1 earned run. He was on the mound when 2 runs scored, so he gave up 2 official runs. Just one of them was earned, not 2. So my apologies if I made that mistake. Counts 1-2 on Stallings. Swing and a miss. Molina blocked it. He throws to Goldschmidt. That completes the strikeout of Stallings, and now there are 2 outs in the top of the 8th after John Gant got back-to-back strikeouts. Here's Eric Gonzalez. He's got a hitting streak on the line as well. He's 0 for 3 in this game. That's down low. The count's 1-0. This has been quite a tightly contested ball game between the last-place team in the division and the first-place team in the division. The Pirates in last, the Cardinals in first. The Cardinals the only team with a winning percentage over 500 in the division. Tommy Edman makes the catch in foul territory. Eric Gonzalez is out, and the Pirates go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 8th. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Pirates still lead by a run. It's 4-3. Here's Derek Shelton out of the Pirates dugout, and this means most likely there will be a double switch in place, so let's listen in and see what it is.
These changes for Pittsburgh. Now pitching and batting in the 6th spot, number 30, Kyle Britt. Now catching and batting 9, number 14, Luke Mayley.
All right, so Luke Mayley's now the catcher of the Pirates as Paul DeYoung stands in. Luke Mayley will bat in the number 9 spot, so when the Pirates have 8, 9, 1 hitters due up next half inning, Mayley will get the opportunity to bat. Saves the Pirates from having to put in a pinch hitter.
Ball one, no strike.
And Kyle Crick moves into the 6th spot in the order. That's where Stallings was batting. So the pitcher spot is now the 6th spot. And Luke Maley's the catcher now, and he's batting 9th. Keone Kela, one of 2 arms warming up in the Pirates bullpen. Each of these teams have a solid closer as well. The Cardinals closer, though, just a bit better. Giovanni Gallegos leads Major League Baseball in saves with 22. He hasn't had too many save opportunities, though, in recent games. 3-0 to Paul DeYoung. That finds the zone. The count's 3-1. Kyle Crick is one of the setup pitchers on this Pirates team. Crick was another one of the players that the Pirates acquired for Andrew McCutchen in the 2017-2018 offseason. And he's developed into a solid pitcher with the Pirates, but he walks DeYoung to begin this bottom of the 8th inning. So that puts the tying run on base late in this ball game. And Yadier Molina will come to the plate. Molina's 1 for 2. He got an RBI single back in the 1st inning. That was his 19th RBI of the year. .250 hitter now with 4 home runs still. He hasn't gone deep in this game. So that total has stayed the same. First pitch from Crick to Molina. Swing and a miss. The count's 0-1. Crick throwing in the mid-90s so far in this game. No ball, 1 strike pitch. Down low, counts even 1-1. Crick working into a rhythm now, you see there. He's just getting back on the mound and throwing. Chopped on the ground. Gonzalez. Newman to Bell. Double play. Out at second, DeYoung. Out at first, Molina.
The batter, the left fielder.
Though despite the leadoff walk, Kyle Crick induces a double play. Took some athleticism from the infield, too. Eric Gonzalez threw against his body to get the force out at second. And Molina, who doesn't run well, thrown out at first by a good distance. Now here's Tyler O'Neill. He was a hero in his last at-bat. In the 6th inning, he hit a 2-run home run. That tied the game at 3 at the time, but the Pirates took the lead right back again in the 7th. Scores 4-3. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. 0-1 pitch. It's outside, counts even 1-1. Breaking ball. That was over the top of the zone, a dangerous pitch, but O'Neill didn't swing. O'Neill behind in the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kyle Crick comes set. Popped up into the outfield. Gregory Polanco seems to have a play, and he makes it. 8 full innings in the books. The Pirates have a 4-3 lead. Last inning of regulation coming up next. This is Major League Baseball's virtual network. This game brought to you by MLB The Show 20, and my name is Nicholas Callis. An exciting game in this one. It's the top of the 9th inning. The Pirates lead at 4-3, and they'll send their 8-9-1 hitters up to the plate in this half inning. Gerard Dyson, Luke Maley, and leadoff hitter for the Pirates is Kevin Newman. John Gant still on the mound. He pitched a scoreless 8th inning. Pitching in his 2nd inning in the 9th. Ryan Helsley came in for 1 inning in the 7th, but Cardinals had only tied the game for a short period of time because then the Pirates got an RBI base hit by Brian Reynolds. The Pirates took the lead again. The Cardinals have not had a lead at all in this game. They made a comeback once to tie it in the 6th inning, but they haven't had a lead. Counts 3-1. Gerard Dyson, veteran outfielder. Signed a 1-year contract with the Pirates in the offseason. He's in his mid-30s now. Still runs well. And still good defensively in the outfield. Has never been a consistent hitter, but that's also never been his game, really. He was a great defensive center fielder when he played for the Royals. And bunting was especially of his to get on base. He also pinch ran frequently with the Royals when he was on that World Series team. He was a part of both Kansas City Royals World Series teams when they lost to the Giants in 2014 and then when they won against the Mets in 2015. The count's still full, 3-2. But he's looking to bring some veteran presence to this Pirates team this season, a team that has struggled over the years. Popped up. Looks like it'll reach the seats, and that keeps the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three-two pitch coming from John Gant. Down low, ball 4. Thankfully for the Cardinals, it was blocked by Molina, so Dyson won't think about advancing anywhere other than first base. So a leadoff base runner on. That'll bring up Luke Maile, the number 9 hitter, and he came into the game to catch in the bottom of the 8th inning. He replaced Jacob Stallings as a part of a double switch, so he's batting 9th, and the Pirates pitcher spot is now 6th in the order. Swinging a foul ball, the count's 0-1. Luke Maile signed in the offseason on a 1-year contract. He's been a platoon catcher with Jacob Stallings.
No ball, 2 strikes.
So Stallings has definitively gotten more opportunities to start at catcher than Maile, but Maile's been in a few times. Great defensive catcher, former Toronto Blue Jay. Strikes out there against John Gant. And that's out number 1 in the top of the 9th.
Second baseman, Kevin Newman.
And just chased that pitch. It was well too low. 1 out, back to the top of the order for the Pirates. Here is Kevin Newman. Newman 1 for 4. Runner goes. Thrown out to second by Molina is not in time. Gerard Dyson got thrown out by Molina earlier in the game, but this time he steals one on him. Newman's last hit was in the first inning. He went 0 for 3 since. No ball, 2 strike count on Newman. John Gant pitching in his 2nd inning. He pitched a scoreless 8th. Now here in the 9th, in a bit of trouble. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. And the Pirates, top of the order, moving through. No balls, 2 strikes. Outside count is 1-2. And Gant making his way up to 30 pitches now. 1-2. On the ground up the middle. Gant plays it. Dropped it for a second, then throws to Goldschmidt. Forced out at first is Kevin Newman. And Gerard Dyson remained on second base. That's out number 2 in the top of the 9th. Here comes Brian Reynolds. Reynolds is 3 for 4. He has 3 singles and a run batted in this game. Switch hitter batting from the left side. Gerard Dyson at second base in scoring position. And strike 1 called on Brian Reynolds. He's batting 183 with runners in scoring position this season. Though one of those hits out of the 183 average was earlier on in this game when he hit home Colin Moran from second base in the 7th to give the Pirates the lead again. The Pirates have at most led by 2 runs in this game. The Cardinals have stayed relatively close. The Pirates took a 2-0 lead in the first. The Cardinals scored a run. It was 2-1 up until the 6th. Gregory Polanco hit a solo home run in the 6th to make it 3-1. Then Tyler O'Neill hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 6th inning to make it 3-3. And then the Pirates got an RBI single from Brian Reynolds. Pirates took the lead, and that's the last time either team scored to this point. The count's even, 2 balls and 2 strikes on the Pirates center fielder. That's upstairs, and the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gant looking to complete 2 scoreless innings. They struggled slightly here in the 9th. 3-ball, 2-strike pitch. Sharp line drive into right center field. Bader trying to run it down, and he makes the catch. Harrison Bader with great range stops that ball from being an RBI gap shot and keeps the game in a run deficit going into the bottom of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Cardinals.
Your attention, please.
Well, here's the closer for the Pirates, Keone Kela, coming into pitch. He's pitched in 22 games. He's had 15 save opportunities, has saved 13 games this year, and his ERA respectably at 2.11. He's been a solid acquisition for the Pirates, one of their bright spots. He was traded from the Rangers to the Pirates and became their closer last season. Tommy Edman tried to bunt, but he missed. Counts 0-1. Keone Kela is tied for 11th in the National League in saves with 13. He doesn't have enough innings to qualify as an ERA league leader, but in that earned run average at 2.11. He's appeared in several games. Again, 22 games appeared in, but just 15 save opportunities for him. Strikes out the first batter he faces on 3 pitches and a 98-mile-per-hour fastball blown by Tommy Edman. So 1 out. Here comes Harrison Bader. Bader is 2 for 3 with a couple singles. He got out in his most recent at-bat. Bader made a crucial play in the top of the 9th inning, which didn't seem like much, but he covered a lot of ground when Brian Reynolds hit a ball into the right center field gap. And Bader was able to run it down, which kept the Pirates scoreless in the 9th inning and kept this game within a run. 1-0 pitch. Chop foul. The count's 1-1. Bader most notably is a defensive player, also a speed threat. Ever since coming to the Cardinals, though, he hasn't had a consistent bat. 1-ball, 2-strike count on the Cardinals center fielder. Keone Kela in a save situation, and he strikes out the first 2 batters he faces. And now the Cardinals with 1 out to work with in the bottom of the 9th inning. And that breaking ball, that wasn't a great pitch, but Bader, who was anticipating a high-velocity pitch from Kela, was out in front of that breaking ball. So now there are 2 outs. And here's Lane Thomas. Thomas at this moment is the final opportunity for the Cardinals. Kela just seems to be throwing darts at this point. He struck out Tommy Edman on 3 pitches to begin this inning. And just struck out Harrison Bader. Ground ball left side, and the Pirates are in no doubles defense. That was close to being a fair ball, but it's ruled foul as Hayes touched it. And now the Cardinals with 1 strike to work with. Outside counts 1-2. That breaking ball has had some movement. Keone Kela throwing with great break on the ball. 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming. A little bit high and a little bit inside. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kela 97 miles per hour with that last fastball. Counts even, 2-2 on the Cardinals pinch hitter, Lane Thomas. Got him swinging. Keone Kela strikes out the side to end the ball game. And the Pirates hang on to win this game 4-3. So the Pirates will remain in last place and the Cardinals will remain in first place, but here are their records. The Pirates improve to 23-34, and the Cardinals fall to 30-28. Game 1 of this series won by the Pirates after some heavy offense scattered throughout this game, but what's most noticeable about this game was the great pitching performance. Joe Musgrove and Carlos Martinez will get a no decision in this game, and the bullpens will get a decision. Nick Burdi, despite giving up the 2-run home run to Tyler O'Neill in the 6th inning, gets the win. as the Pirates came back in the top of the 7th before he was replaced. Ryan Helsey gave up the RBI single to Brian Reynolds in the top of the 7th, so he's credited with the loss. And Keone Keller earned the save. He pitched a full inning, struck out all 3 hitters he faced in the bottom of the 9th inning, earned his 14th save of the season. Gregory Polanco, player of the game. He hit a solo home run in the top of the 6th inning. Also had a couple RBIs. He was able to drive in a run in the top of the 1st inning as a part of 2 runs that the Pirates scored in the top of the 1st. But a great pitched game, a close one here between 2 NL Central rivals. But the Pirates edged the Cardinals by a run, final score 4-3. You've been watching Major League Baseball's virtual network, brought to you by MLB The Show 20. My name's Nicholas Callis, saying so long from Busch Stadium.